Hello everybody and welcome. My name is Professor Arish Zafari and I want to give you an overview of the course Introduction to Humanities as well as an introduction to how the course is laid out on Canvas. So getting started, what you'll see here on the left side of the screen is the course syllabus. And over here on the right is what I see when I sign into Canvas. So when I sign into Canvas and I'm on my dashboard, I can see all of the courses and then choose whichever one I want to work on. So let's go over our syllabus while at the same time looking at how the course is laid out on Canvas. Let's begin by looking at the course schedule. That will explain how the course is laid out on Canvas. When you log into our course and you enter Canvas, this is what you should see. You should begin with the Start Here module, and the first page you see should be titled Welcome to the Class. There are a few ways to navigate around Canvas. As the course is set up in modules, you can begin the first document, and then when you have completed it and you've scrolled down to the bottom, there are arrows for next and previous. So if I click next, what I'm going to get on in the module is titled Course Policies. If you look over here at the left at the syllabus, you'll see that one of your assigned tasks is to read the learning unit on Canvas titled Course Policies. So here it is, and then after this learning unit, just like you would expect by looking at the syllabus, the next object is the Course Policies quiz. So in order to begin the quiz, you need to make sure that you are ready, because my settings do not allow you to do part of the quiz, save, and then come back and complete it. Once you open the quiz, you must complete it in one sitting. And all of our quizzes and exams are timed. So bear that in mind. Don't click open or begin unless you're really ready to complete the quiz. So just guessing, after the Course Policies quiz, we're going to see something related to the discussion board. So clicking next, that's exactly what we see. This brings us to a link to the discussion board, and specifically the thread that we are doing right now, which is introducing ourselves on the discussion board. So after we've posted our discussions and we've responded to our classmates, then we go on and we begin the Ancient Greece learning module and the Ancient Greece quiz. Those are in the next module, Unit 1. And right away you see the Ancient Greece learning unit. So a note about these learning units. They take a little while to load. And this is a rather large one, so you'll see in just a moment that there's a header and a footer here that have not fully loaded. And these are large files. Please be patient. If you are having a difficult time with these programs, then try updating your Java settings. Java, it's free software, and just do a free check. You can go to do a search for Java and see if there's any updates that would help you. So here in this Ancient Greece learning unit, what you'll see are the lectures and the videos that I am including in the instruction. So here are the brief goals and objectives for this particular unit. And when you get to the bottom of the page, you have the choice Next Page. This gets a little bit interesting because there is the next page for this section about ancient Greeks, but clicking here for next means you're going on to the next task, not completing this area. So just be sure to remember, if you are continuing reading about ancient Greece and you want to proceed to the next page. Next page is here, not down here. So after you are as you're going through these learning units, you'll see that there's different types of activities. This is a PDF presentation about Greek society, but it's done as a photo book. So you click through the pages and you will get more instruction about this topic. And what you will also see in these learning units are these questions. Sometimes the questions themselves appear right away, or sometimes there's a link or image that you must click that says quiz me or test me. Now that I said that, I can't find one. Okay, so let's go back to page 3. And page 3, we see here at the bottom of its page that there are 2 questions for us. These questions are not graded. You know the answer, test yourself. You can put in whatever, trade and woman, and you're wrong. And sometimes I will have feedback for you, but most often no. This is the chance for you yourself to go back and find the answer. So another one here, primary reason for Athenian rulers establishing strict laws, they wanted money, let's say. And here you have some feedback. So if you don't see the feedback, it's just telling you it's wrong. It's because I want you to go back and find the answer for yourself. And if it is a topic or something that I want to make sure that you've clearly understood that the answer might not be immediately available, then I'll provide you with the correct answer. But again, these are not for a grade. You're not required to do them. You can just whiz by them if you prefer. They are to your benefit, I would say. And sometimes you might see those questions again. Here's another one of the same documents where you click through the notebook that enhances the material in your textbook. So when you've finished reading all of the pages in this learning module, you've gotten to page 14, it will wrap up, maybe give you a couple more questions, and you're finished with the learning unit. So if we click next, there's a document that's required of you, Plato's Allegory of the Cave. And then we have the Ancient Greece quiz, due by May 14th, 11:59 p.m. and time limit of 60 minutes. Next, you'll see Greek philosophy, just as I have listed here. Read the learning unit on Canvas, Greek philosophy, and this will have 9 pages here for you to read. Next is the trial of Socrates. The discussion we'll be doing for this particular unit is discussing the trial of Socrates. So this is a page giving you more information about the trial of Socrates, why he was brought to trial, what were the charges, what were the course proceedings, etc. And then we're going to talk about this trial and discuss it in the discussion board. So clicking next, we get Plato's version of Socrates' defense, and next after that is another link to the discussion board, and it gives us the questions that we need to answer for this assignment. So again, we can go to the module and just click through each item one by one as we want to do it, or we can use those arrows next and previous for the pages below. We can click on discussions to go straight to the discussion board when we need to check in and read others' responses. If you have been studying and you're ready to go straight to the quiz, you click quizzes and you can access what you need from here as well. Pages are all of the, this is what's called a page, maybe a file of what I've created for you to read. So in this unit, view all pages would be the trial of Socrates. You don't have the learning units listed here because they're a multi-page embedment. These are just the single pages that you would see here. Here, library, this link will take you to the Valencia College Library. So by clicking library, you have a link to search for any library resources you might need. And if you need any assistance during the semester, the last module you will see is titled Learning and Technical Resources. And in this learning unit, or in this module, excuse me, you'll find links to learning technology support, academic support, the Writing Center, MLA writing formatting, etc., things like this. So that's the basic layout on Canvas. And sometimes it's just really irritating when you've clicked next down here, but you didn't mean it. You were trying to go to the next page in the learning unit. But after 3 days of regularly using the software, I think you'll be quite comfortable with it. So this is how the course on Canvas matches with your course syllabus. I want you to be able to see the connection that when you open the Unit 1 and you have the list of assignments here, reading this, reading that, doing this, doing that, they're going to match up what you see on Canvas, except of course the textbook required reading. Your exams you'll see also at the end of your unit. And what is required of you is to use a specific browser to take your exam, period. Here's what I mean. If I'm ready to take the Unit 1 exam and I click on the exams link and I'm going to try to start taking the exam, it's going to ask me for a passcode or it is going to deny me access. And the reason for that is right now I am using Safari browser. I'm not using the correct browser. What is required for all of the unit exams is that you use this software. It's called the Respondus Lockdown Browser. It is free software that is required. So when you click on the link, you'll get more information about what this is and how to use it. There's a very good video here telling you how to use it. And once you've installed it, you'll only need to install it once for this course, and you will use it as if it's your browser. So when you go to take your exam and you're looking at your exam through Safari, you cannot access it. But if I close Safari and everything, and I only open the Respondus browser and then log into my exam, I'll be free to take it. This will prevent me from opening any other window during the period I'm taking the exam. So if you are unable to access the exam because it is saying technical error or password required, it is because you did not use the Respondus Lockdown browser to take your exam. The rest, I think, is self-explanatory. So let's back up and start talking about the course policies and what it is we're going to be studying this semester. The rest of the information you need for this course is all explained in your syllabus. My office hours, communication, all of those are included. And the textbook that we are using is titled Landmarks in the Humanities, and it's by Gloria Fierro. And it is now in its 5th edition. which means there's a fourth edition, there's a third edition. Valencia even has a specific edition, and all of these will work. The bookstore is going to carry the newest edition, or I think the Valencia, I'm not sure. But as far as I'm concerned, whichever you can get the cheapest and is most easily accessible for you is the one you should use. I do not use page numbers in the reading assignments, you'll notice. I have, like this, read the chapter. If there's a lot of information in the chapter and some of it we're not covering, I'll put in parentheses, skip this section, skip this section. For example, here, skip the section of lyrical poetry and Roman drama. But I intentionally don't put page numbers because each edition's numbering is different. So that avoids a lot of confusion. So other additional readings you will need to complete for the class, you're going to find on Canvas. They'll be posted here. The course policies are all spelled out. The college has a no-show policy where if an online student does not complete an assignment by the no-show cutoff, then he or she will be withdrawn from the course. There's also a withdrawal deadline, and that is the last date that a student can withdraw himself or herself from this term. And the other point is that I am not responsible and I'm not able to help you with technical issues. This is the expertise of an entirely different group of people who are far superior in being able to help you with your technical issues. So I don't want you to waste time waiting on a response from me when it's something that can be resolved by the right people much more quickly. There's more information on Valencia's college policies, links, etc. And then this is my, quote, attendance policy. And what it states is that upon the 5th missed assignment, the student will be automatically withdrawn. So this is similar to in a face-to-face class, if a professor has a policy that after missing 5 classes, the student is dropped. In this case, if you have missed 5 assigned tasks, whether discussion posts or quizzes or exams, any 5, then you will be withdrawn from the course. So bear that in mind. It happens that we're sick or something slips our mind and we forget to do one of our assignments, but make sure that you don't get near to 5, or you probably won't be passing and you might end up being withdrawn. Academic honesty is a big issue with me, so read over my policy and please understand that I don't make exceptions. And that would be the other thing that I would want to reiterate to you, is that I do not make exceptions. So if you I don't want to bore you by reading over the entire syllabus. I do want to point out the most significant or let's say irritating issues for me. I have deadlines and I have due dates and they have to be followed. If you miss the deadline, please don't ask me to make an exception for you and to extend the deadline. I understand very much that life is unpredictable and that we have health and family emergencies and unforeseen mishaps and events happen. And for that reason, I offer extra credit assignments. You'll see them within the modules. I offer extra credit assignments, and they are my way of allowing you to compensate. So rather than saying, okay, you missed the exam, well, I'll give you a makeup exam. Well, I won't. No makeup exams. You take the exam by its date or you don't. And so if you do happen to miss an exam or a quiz, whatever it is, just go do the extra credit assignment and hopefully those points will help compensate. You are allowed to do as many of the extra credit assignments as are open to you. There's no restriction. And again, this is my answer to missing a quiz or missing a test. So to sum up, extra credit assignments are my way of allowing you to compensate for missed points, whether from discussions or quizzes or exams, period. Any of it. So take advantage of those if you need, and if you slept through a deadline or were terribly sick that week, just know that you have these other option of completing extra credit assignments. That way, when you remember that, no, I will not change my course policies or make exceptions, maybe you will be a little bit less bitter with me. If it does happen that you have some really extraordinary circumstances during the semester, you have the option of going and speaking with the Dean of Students. And I have that information for you somewhere here in your course policies. So if you have any extreme issue that you need to discuss regarding the class, you'll need to go to the Dean of Students for that issue, not for me. Alright, so I think I'm going to stop there. You have the rubric I use to grade your work. You have a lot of the points regarding what I consider A, B, C, D work. And we've already gone through navigating the course schedule. So hopefully this short, maybe boring, but hopefully useful video will help you get started, and I will talk to you more in our discussion boards and in our next videos.